Life, the work of a creator, the ultimate debate. Have you ever felt caught between two worlds? What did Albert Einstein, the most brilliant mind of all time, think about creation? Find out in this video. On one side, there's faith, the conviction that an intelligent mind designed everything. On the other, science, the belief that life came about through purely natural, random processes. Do we really have to choose? Or could there be a way to reconcile what we see in nature with what logic tells us? In our previous video, we explored 5 crucial questions that exposed major gaps in the theory of chance. Today, we go one step further. We won't ask if life is an accident, but rather, if life is designed, what's the ultimate proof of a designer? Over the next few minutes, we'll examine evidence that surrounds us. Astronomical coincidences, too perfect to be random, biological systems that no lab can reproduce, and a hidden flaw in one of the most accepted theories of our time. Stay with us until the end. The missing piece of the puzzle is right before your eyes. Section 1, The Living Planet, an impossible design by chance. Our planet isn't just a rock floating in space, it's a finely tuned system, a masterpiece of precision, designed for life. Think about Earth's position. It lies in the so-called habitable zone, not too hot, not too cold. A slightly different orbit and water, the foundation of life, would either boil away or freeze solid. Think about protection. Earth is wrapped in a powerful magnetic field and a life-preserving atmosphere. That invisible shield deflects deadly solar and cosmic radiation. Without it, the surface would be sterile. Think about water. It behaves like no other substance. When it freezes, it expands and floats. If ice sank, oceans and lakes would freeze from the bottom up, killing all aquatic life. And think about the moon. Its perfect size and distance stabilize Earth's tilt, keeping our climate balanced. Without the moon, our planet would wobble wildly, triggering extreme weather that would make life impossible. The Earth's purification system is a complex masterpiece of design based on interconnected natural cycles. Water is cleansed through the hydrologic cycle, where solar energy evaporates water, leaving pollutants behind, ensuring it returns pure as rain, only to be filtered further by the soil. Simultaneously, the atmosphere self-cleans, thanks to forests absorbing carbon dioxide and natural chemical reactions that neutralize pollutants. This perpetual system, powered solely by the sun, showcases an incredible capacity for self-regeneration and recycling, far more efficient than any human technology. Each of these conditions depends on countless physical laws, all perfectly tuned. Could all this precision really be an accident? Or does it point to the hand of an architect who designed the Earth as a living system? Section 2, The Code of Nature, Evidence of Design. When scientists and engineers face the toughest design challenges, where do they look for solutions? To nature itself. This field is known as biomimicry, studying and copying designs found in living organisms. Example 1. Adhesion. The gecko can walk upside down thanks to millions of microscopic hairs that grip surfaces through molecular forces. After decades of research, labs are still trying to replicate that same mechanism for reusable adhesives. The most famous and concrete example of biomimicry is the invention of Velcro. In 1941, Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral noticed how burdock seeds stuck to his clothes and his dog's fur. Analyzing them under a microscope, he discovered the adhesion was caused by tiny hooks catching onto the fibers. De Mestral replicated this mechanism by creating one strip with hooks and another with loops, giving birth to Velcro. This clearly demonstrates that the simplest and most ingenious solution for adhesion was copied from a design already existing in nature. Example 2. Sonar. Submarines use sophisticated sonar systems, yet none come close to the echolocation of dolphins and whales. Systems so efficient and precise that we still struggle to understand them fully. The logic is simple. If copying these designs requires intelligent minds, years of research, and massive funding, what does that tell us about the original designs themselves? Every human invention inspired by nature is silent testimony that behind nature's brilliance lies a far greater intelligence. Nature isn't a random workshop. It's an engineering manual written in a universal language. Section 3. The Big Void in Evolution. The theory of evolution relies on the idea that random mutations can gradually transform one species into another, creating new, complex genetic information. But observation tells a different story. Mutations are copying errors in DNA. Most are neutral or harmful. A few may be beneficial, but none have ever been observed to create truly new, functional information from nothing. Here lies a deeper problem. Darwin knew nothing about DNA. When he proposed his theory, he didn't understand how traits were inherited or where variations came from. Without genetics, the theory lacked the very mechanism it needed to stand on. Today, we know that DNA is not just chemistry, it's coded information. It follows grammatical rules, structure, and logic, just like a written language. And every language requires an author. If you haven't seen our previous video, 5 questions about the origin of life, watch it right after this one. It explores how the genetic code and the irreducible complexity of cells point to a designed origin. You'll find the link here above. Section 4. Genesis and the harmony with science. Many believe that the Bible and science are at war. But are they really? In the book of Genesis, the Hebrew word translated as day can also mean period of time or epoch. If the days of creation are understood as creative phases, the sequence it describes is remarkably consistent with the scientific record. A dark, cloud-covered earth. Then light breaks through the atmosphere. Vegetation appears. Then marine life, birds, land animals, and finally, humans. Genesis isn't a scientific manual, but its order aligns strikingly well with what paleontology and geology have discovered. The real question isn't what happened, but who orchestrated it. We've explored the evidence, the Earth's precision, nature's engineering, the genetic code, and the consistency between Genesis and science. Now, the question becomes deeply personal. In light of all this, what do you believe? If everything is the product of chance, then your life, all life, is an accident. There is no ultimate purpose, no moral foundation, and no real future. But if there is a creator, then nothing is meaningless. You were made with intention. You exist because someone wanted you here. And that same designer who shaped the earth with care has a plan for your life. That's the true question behind this debate. It's not about science, it's about meaning. The book of Genesis doesn't just describe how life began, it reveals who began it and why. Albert Einstein didn't believe in a personal God, but he also rejected the idea that the universe was born from pure chance. He often spoke of a superior intelligence behind the harmony of natural laws. He once wrote, "Anyone who is seriously involved in the pursuit of science becomes convinced that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe, a spirit vastly superior to that of man." For Einstein, the order and precision of the cosmos were no accident. They were evidence of an intelligent mind, a purposeful design written into the fabric of reality itself. And if even Einstein sensed it, what keeps us from recognizing that life itself might be part of a greater design? Maybe it's not science that denies it, but our unwillingness to look beyond the surface. And once you understand that, everything changes. In our next video, we'll tackle the final question: who is this creator? And what does he have planned for our future? Don't miss it. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to discover the truth that could change how you see the world and yourself. And if you haven't yet, watch our video on the 5 questions about the origin of life to complete the picture. Thank you for watching, and stay with us as the search for truth continues.